Hey everybody, Platypus Slayer here, coming with you to the semifinals of our 2v2 in-house, or not actually in-house, no Elo Bard 2v2 tournament. So this is the final series. The winner of the series will go on to the finals. We have Daro, Frank the Tank as Team Nilla Ninjas. We have Lewis and Danny playing as Los Mofokis, and I am joined here today by Stefan. Stefan, how's it going?
Hello, hello. I'm doing great today.
Yeah. You know, before we got this game going too, I just had to zoom in on this monitor lizard because I mean, it's pretty cool, like just some of the graphics and stuff they put into this game. But I am expecting a lot of action. It's my understanding this was a pretty good series. Both players were pretty happy with their performances, or sorry, both teams. So I would expect that, these guys fought their way all the way to the top, and I'm hoping we get some really good action here. So as I start, Stefan, please let me know your thoughts on this map and these two, well, the civ combinations of these teams, and what do you expect from each player and side?
Well, I think we're looking at two auto players here, on one auto player on each team. So we'll see what direction they take it. In a 2v2, you're unlikely to see the bane of 1v1s, which is the bottom end strat. So we're more likely to see some action going here. With Darren Frank the Tank, where we're partnering Russia, which is, a heavy early action civ, mostly quality, quantity over quality situation, which could partner very well with some of the high quality units of Ottoman. So we could see a nice playoff there. With regards to France and Ottoman for the other team, we're probably going to see more of a focus trying to get into the later game. France tends to prefer to try to go for a semi FF in most situations. So we might be seeing more of a play for a later game. So we might be seeing some back and forths as different techs and ages start popping through.
I agree. And looking at openings here, it looks like Russia opening with a market, probably going to go for the 17 Villa age up. France, so far, looks like it's got a house and TP getting ready to go down. So kind of the classic French opening, so to speak.
Yeah,
Probably a
we're pretty
14-20
standard.
TP age up. We have up here, so Danny plays Ottoman kind of differently throughout this series. It's kind of fascinating. He opens up with a market instead of a TP, and he tends to get the TP in transition.
Mhm.
So perhaps he figured it would just be safer to allow France to get the TP. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I've played Danny in 1v1 now and 2v2s, and his Ottoman tends to be a little bit more economy focused than you normally expect, but strong nonetheless. And of course, uh, over here we've got Daro, and he looks like he opened with one house, one TP, so it looks like he is just trying to get to H2 ASAP.
Mhm. I
Look,
actually really like Danny's approach there with the mosque and market opening because that allows you to get that first field training tech out very quickly. So you're going to have a very early eco advantage over the other Ottoman player.
correct. Something too that I just realized, they were creeping that treasure that was over here earlier, Team Nilla Ninjas, and that does give them enough wood. It was 135 to get a second TP out. So, Daro's Ottoman is going to have one hell of a shipment curve, very much
Yeah.
beneficial, I think, for Ottoman. But, again, with the more economy, focused approach here by Danny, I mean, he might be able to overcome in the long term. Looking at decks, so Daro's Beast is the name of his deck, and I must say this is a very beastly deck. He has the Akachini card, which he used very well in some of our early series against Revnak and Kinesi. He's got all the
Mm.
important eco cards, and I mean, looks pretty standard to me. What do you think, Stefan?
Yeah, it looks pretty standard. Based on looking at this deck, we're definitely not looking at a deliberate FI play where we don't have the unique Mosque card, or the Palace Intrigue card. So we're not seeing an FI timing push there. But yeah, it looks like a good, strong eco focus there. And we're looking at Daro here now, yeah?
Oh, no, so now we're
Yeah.
looking at Danny's deck.
Yeah.
Danny's Ottoman deck looks like, again, a little bit more economically versus Juanizados,
Yeah.
which I'm sure is a bit of a play on word, or the Spanish version of Janissary. He's got all of the cards to be able to push him out quite a bit. He even has Spice Trade. That's a card you don't usually see with Ottoman because of their lower Vill count. But, if he's able to pump out enough Vills, right, with the Mosque Tex and then with the 5, get to 3, or
Yeah.
even late game, with the extra covered wagons, he will have quite the monstrous eco. Plus, he's got the Mamluks card. And before we get
Hmm.
action, which looks like we already have some creeping, so I will
Ooh.
see who wins this, then check French deck. Look at this.
Oh,
Aw,
geez.
Lewis is able to get it. Good job. I don't know who stole it from who, but we know who the winner is, right? And we will now take,
130 wood.
yeah, check a look at this deck. So this is 2v2. This is an age 2 or age 3 agenda without a shadow of a doubt. All kind of the expected cards for French in order to able to go cav or long range, typically skirm. So
Hmm.
pretty standard there. And then last, but definitely not least, Frank the Tank with his Russia deck. We've seen it before. He likes Strelitz, he likes sieging stuff down, and he's going to have, especially with medicine, in a long age 2, he can get effectively
Oh,
2
man.
TCs. Ooh.
Oh, well, we are definitely getting a bit of a forward going on here. And the opposing team already knows about it.
You know, something I do like about this is it's kind of forward, but it's not so forward, right? That you can't really
No.
reinforce with shipments from your home city. I think this is a really good placement here from Los Mofokis. That being said, already the deli are out, and this can be a problem. Daro's deli, are these going to snag that
Will
Vil?
that go up?
Yes, it does.
He's definitely going to get a Vil or two here.
Yeah, or even 3. Ooh, because the CDB.
Ooh, CDB. If I were, yep, switch right for the CDB.
Ooh,
Yeah. Oof, that hurts.
that does, especially for Ottoman. You know, effectively kind of erasing the economy lead that he had earlier.
It
And look at that.
does.
Ooh, he's down to 16. Even shipping the Vils. I believe the Vils already came in for Daro. Ooh, he's got to be careful. Get those Vils
Ooh,
in.
ooh, ooh, oh, he's
Ooh.
gonna get one. Ooh.
All right.
And any eco advantage from that mosque is gone now, and now Darov's sitting on a 2 TP, which is far superior to whatever eco bonus that Danny had up to this point.
Does. Now, he is doing a great job hurting, keeping his stuff close, but
Oh yeah.
this can be kind of tough. Look, he's got 1,000 wood, kind of not able to utilize much of it.
Oof. Can't even get that house up.
Yeah, now with these deli prowling around and
Oh, they're
ooh,
gonna get that free pickup there. Oh
yeah,
no, those CDB. Oh no, those 2 Jans are not enough.
yeah. Hopefully,
But
okay.
they bypass it. Do they even know it was that there was a hurt there?
Not sure. It
Uh,
is all the way in the
oh,
corner.
oh, but look how many we've got, and we've got that pop in and pop out.
Right? Good job there, but those deli are faster, rolling around. Meanwhile, Russia, it's got 2 blockhouses in base. If we know anything about Frank is he's just going to start massing. Again, spooking him off. He's got some Janissaries, and you know what this is doing though? This is just killing the momentum because now they have to chase down these deli. And Los Mofokis, you know, on top of taking damage themselves, have now left the eco of a civ like Russia, right? Completely untouched. It's already sent spice trade, sending now
Oh,
Strelitz. God, look at that. There's not much Janissaries either. Because again, they're all back home, and I think Danny's just a bit kind of split. You know, I mean, there's attention probably all over the place. It's really hard when you've got all these units, especially Delhi on top of it, right, prowling around. And I think they've lost a lot of their momentum, and this can be a really dangerous situation because Russia has a huge mass of Strelitz, which will counter the infantry quite easily enough. There is Hussar from France out, and those Hussar will be very deadly in this comp because Janissaries actually do less damage than Musketeers per pop. But
yeah. I
I
don't
don't,
know if 10 is at this point enough to break that.
I don't think so either.
Oh, but they might get a nice catch there. Nope.
Looks like a little bit of a raid coming in. Ooh,
Ooh.
this could actually be
Oh.
huge. Does he notice
Oh.
it? No. Okay,
Does
so
he notice it?
there's a bunch in the back
Oh
too.
my gosh. Look at those in the back. Go back, go back. Yeah, oh, he's
Oh,
gonna see him.
oh, wait, there's
Yep.
more,
Oh, wait,
dude.
wait. Oh, no, no.
Oh my God. Oh
Come
my
on, come on,
God.
come on. Oh, no.
No,
You're so close.
Lewis, if you're
You're
watching
so close.
this, oh, you poor soul, you're so
Oh, you
close. And look at that. they're being chased down. There's nothing to stop them. You could pick up like 3 or 4
You
vills.
could get them. You could kill so many. No.
No. Oh, and that was their ticket back in, I think, to this game. And oh my God, by inches. I gotta look at the.
The Linus.
I mean, he sees it, but
He's
maybe.
not there. Yeah.
And look at that. He tries to go to Russia. Russia, of course, doing an excellent job.
You're way too good there. But no, all of those auto vills out of Darrow were so exposed.
I mean, he picks up the Explorer, and yeah, I mean, and again with Ottoman, is look Ottoman, especially in 1v1, very strong civ, overperforming, very impressive to play against. But in 2v2s, team games, right, they kind of lose some of their OP status, and it's because you could cut the legs out from underneath them with the raid, because the mosques do produce free, albeit, villagers much slower than European civ. So especially in Age 2 when everyone's on one, TC, can make a huge difference. So, but Lewis is the first one up. Danny, 29 vills, 25 vills of Daro, 24 from Danny. So he has caught up using all those mosque techs. And Lewis at 27. So it's definitely not over by any stretch of the mile. It was just, will he catch these delis before
he's gonna catch. I think he almost got a snare off. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Might get another one here. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and at this point, probably not worth it to send too much back, but I mean, Russia now is starting to hit that danger zone, right? Now, if Russia can age up, which it's about to, probably with the exiled prince.
Yep.
But imagine Daro he's already up, he's sending his cannons. And Danny now a bit behind of everyone. Again, trying to get back in economically, and he's got no coin. It's going to be a while before he gets to Age 3. So now I think the play for Losmo Fokies is basically, I would actually be raiding and just trying to, give him the runaround. Of course, I don't know if they can see this. No.
No. Oh no.
But nonetheless,
yeah.
Right, like just send 2, kind of like how Daro did, right? You send like 4 cav in a nice box formation, and you just keep prowling around the corners, especially on an open map like this. Worst case scenario, the 8 million Strelets, shake their axis at you and run around, right? Okay, but he is up. Well, I guess he was aging behind that, and just like that, I mean, they're back into this game, I think. And now Frank technically is kind of at an awkward spot just because Russian units, as good as they are, if they are fighting an age down because they're already cheaper with lower stats, they are absolutely victims. Yeah, this is not going to cut it versus age 3 units, as great as it is res to res. So let's see kind of now what the response is. I mean, again, Daro's score, I mean, Losmo Fokies have a little bit of an advantage, and they've got the Abyss. They've got the Jans.
Oh. Okay, there's some posturing going on here. They've definitely seen each other.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful here. Oh, the vet coming in first already for Daro. And I don't know if Daro knows that, but he could probably just crush the fight right now. And there is a lot of Cuirassier, though. Oop, Abyss. Careful. Use the Abyss.
Oh.
At the same time, I mean, look at that Strelet mass.
That Strelet mass is, at this point, it's so large that honestly 2 Falcons isn't enough.
No.
Like, that's great, you kill 3, but, there's 50.
Yeah, Danny desperately needs to figure out a way, I think, to get veteran units out, but I think it does enough. You know what it does do? It causes them to back off, and
it does.
Ooh.
Are they going to catch those out of position? No.
Okay. No. Doing a great job protecting his cans, keeping things close, and right now, man, a raid would be so key when you're just kind of posturing, but it can be risky because if it's going to be the big fight, you know what I mean? Like, you can assume your opponent's basically going to have as much, unit value as you, right? So sometimes it can be a bit of a mistake, but this is looking good. Ooh. Are we going to take this fight? He's got a shipment stack, too.
He's sending those cav archers straight onto the Falcons.
Ooh. Look at that, though. Both cannons now down. 1 cannon left there for France. And it looks like here comes the fight. Crossier trying to get on top. Looks like they're just going to settle for taking Ottoman. He splits his army. And those Strelets are just going to tickle. I think Ottoman might get wiped here. Veteran unit, Abyss in. Cuirassier just doing what they do best, and this is a pretty even fight. I'm not sure who's going to win,
It
but
is.
I think both. Oh yeah, look at the power of those Obus gunners. I mean, these Strelets with 14 range, even against H2
Yeah.
Obus, they're just going to get smoked, and he's got to be really careful. France though did
Yeah,
lose quite a bit of their
because those
force.
cuirassiers are gonna just dissolve
Yeah.
the Strellet mass if they get on top.
Wow, this is actually really tense. Spahi now coming in for Danny. Looking around for unit
Ooh,
shipments. More Crossier being made. Frank the Tank. He's going to vet all of his stuff. He's sending the church card. I guess he gets, is it Kalmux or the special Cossacks he can get from the church in age 2 or 3? Kalmux. So he's going to get goons out. That will be really important, right? Russia kind of weak to
it will be.
the Cav. This is before, of course, the July patch where they will get the, I call them pokey sticks, but the new halberdiers. Daro sending an eco card, so he's settling in for the long game. Danny now sending Falks behind the Spahi, and I mean, even with the Kalmux, as good as they are, I do worry that there's just not enough anti-cav on the field.
Yeah, those Abus are still they're really strong against those goons that are gonna pop out. So I don't know if that pop of goons is going to be enough realistically against that Cav mass.
I agree. And a little bit more posturing. It looks like it's going on. Now, Daro, he does have the 3 town centers up, so, Danny is going to get outscaled the longer this game goes, and Russia's score is looking very powerful. A lot of that is from the veteranization tech. The Cav Archers coming out, Goon Skirm combination. Very important here, but I don't know. Ooh, those Spahi now coming around the corner, and I think the Strelet Mass will do okay, but he's got to be really careful. Spots the Spahi.
Yeah, the Spy were spotted. There we go. Seeing some of those raids we've been asking for.
But it might not be enough just because those Kalmucks, I mean, they will deal. Oh, is he going to try to corner, though?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good job.
And those Kalmucks are stuck.
Wow. And you can't really push, Russia, despite having, all of the Strelets. He's kind of getting pushed off hunts, too. This actually could be dangerous. I think that at this point, Daro and Frank the Tank, they're going to have to push. I mean, they've been kind of sitting idle all game. This could be the big fight, finally.
And
get those
I think it
Spahi
all
in,
depends on how well those French Cav are dealt with. Like, if those, Cav archers and Kalmucks can properly deal with them, then I think the Russia mass will take care of it. But the thing is, if you don't,
right?
There's 4 Spahi and a lot of Cuirassier in there.
Ooh, and speaking of Spahi, guess who makes contact?
Made contact.
Does kind of push him off. Wow, man, there's a lot of positioning going on here, and this is just, I don't really know who has the clear advantage at this point. I would say that the Ottoman Cav Archer mass is getting bigger and bigger. He loses a TC. He's going to lose this blockhouse. They're getting starved, I would believe. I think that's the danger that you have if you're Frank, right? You only got 1 Vil on food. Russia is just an intense food sieve. They're going to have to get some map control, and I got to say, I am really impressed right now with both Lewis and Danny, because Daro and Frank, I mean, these are absolute beasts, right? I think that was the deck name, if I remember correctly. Beast. Right? And it is not given idly, right? Daro is a long-time veteran, high-level team player. Oh no, there goes the town center there. And he gets some more Russian Vils.
Oh no, those aren't replaceable right now.
No.
That hurts.
And now Skirm coming out for France. Now, I would imagine Daro at some point is going to try to raid with these Cav Archers. It's probably the best way to get back into this game. I mean, Danny now also going forward with the town center. He's got 40 Vils, so he's not too far behind, especially after those raids. And I think this is the kind of the strength of the Ottoman Civ, right? Is it's able to exert pressure and brawl. Then it's other opponents can't outscale it. France is also kind of built the same way. In fact, it's really macroing for coin there. Wonder what. No, there's no. Perhaps he's trying to get a 5 Falk pop or something.
Okay.
Look at that. Age to Obus. It's not my place really to critique too much, but there is something funny when an age 2 skirm is beating age 3 super card, like double carded skirms, cost effectively. That being said, though, ooh, I don't know if this is the best
Oh,
fight. Ooh, the Manchu though. Ooh, those are scary. Oh, but there goes one Falc. There goes
and the
two
other one's
Falc.
gonna go down. There it goes.
There's too many skirms. All they have is
There's
goons.
just too much.
They don't have any hand cap. You know what I mean? They don't have like the Spahi equivalent, and I think these skirms are going to push Frank and Daro all the way back, and that's 1,000 coin there. That's the church tech. I think it's 1,000 wood in H3. If there's any Russian mains in the comments, let me know. I'm missing a raid, kind of.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, oh, man.
But I don't know that that raid matters.
No, I
That skeleton mass is gone,
he
and Russia does not have the food for it.
doesn't. Russia making mills. I mean, this
Oof.
is wow. I'm really impressed here by both Lewis and Danny. I mean, they are the underdogs coming into this series, and this is a game one, man. And they're coming in just hanging with the big dogs, like absolute champions. Stefan, what do you think? Nilla Ninjas can do to get back into this?
Ugh. At this point, you need hand. Like there's nothing on the field right now from their opposing team that would handle.
Oh
Yeah, you
no.
got.
Look at that. So he's
Oof.
killing yellow Vills, right? Ottoman Vills.
Yeah.
Well, he's also losing Vills to cure raids.
Yeah.
And
So both teams are losing a lot here, but I think real what they need to get back.
wow.
It's going to be a situation to do that. Realistically, they don't have to be coming at Darrow here. Like he's the only Russia does not have the food right now for it.
No. And just like that, Daro, he taps out. He realizes how rough it is. And God, man, whoa. Okay. That was a game. Now we're talking like this is semifinals. These guys are
This
coming
is
out.
semifinals.
Whoa. Well, I kind of look around the map for a second. Stefan, give me some of your initial thoughts after this game.
It shows you the power of raids, of how much devastation you can do realistically, and shows you that you can starve out, you can starve people out, and with a civ like Russia, that's a huge part of your strategy in defeating them, is you need to starve them out. So in this case, look, he's on mills, he lost that huge population of Strelets, and Strelets are super food intensive. So if you can block them off, force those Vills back they did there, that's huge. And it really shows you and a slight critique here, and not actual critique, and given that far below any of these guys' skill level, make sure you scout the corners of that map, because think of all of those Vills that we saw from Darrow that were sitting out in that corner. And if Luis had gotten on top of those guys with an early raid or something, with that early raid that ran right by all those Vills, imagine how much that would have changed the pace of that game.
Yeah, I agree. First off, like I said, Danny was playing kind of off meta, and I think he switched up. I think the key part there, Lewis did an excellent job to keep his Cav comp heavy and then switch into skirms. Lewis adding in these Obus gunners, I think really was the decisive factor, right? Because they were able to basically beat the initial Jan mass from Daro early on. And, Otto's a tempo civ, as strong and brutal as it is, especially again in 1v1s. It doesn't like to tech switch very easily. It doesn't like to remass. So excellent job there, I think, by Team Los Mofokis to kind of just out-composition their opponents, even though I must say Daro and Frank's opening was clean. Their raids were really clean. They did an excellent job at keeping Danny, Yellow Otto, kind of on the back foot for a good part of that game. They just, when they went to push, it was just maybe a minute or two too late, and I think these Obus gunners, very, very strong unit, and I think I could say it's OP and not really make an effect, because both teams had access to the Obus Gunner, right? So it wasn't like it was like a Civ win or anything like that. I just think that Danny's kind of switch there was clutch in using the strength of the greatest skirm on earth, right, to
Yeah,
continue to just absolutely punish the opponent. So I think that was an incredible game there, again, by both teams. And I think Los Mofokis just, they hit the right comp at the right time and had the right fights, especially down here in that little crevice, the spa he got on him,
yeah,
the obus were just pouring in damage. That huge swarm of Russia, Strelets, because they have less range, was not able to leverage the strength of the unit, which is mass, quantity, and speed. So hats off to both of these teams, and the underdogs strike first. So I am really excited now to see the rest of these series. Looking through the post game, uh, again, Danny, despite taking the raids, does gather a bit more. Lewis, of course, that's the power of France, right? Very strong,
hmm
as long as no one else can really, outboom them.
222 Strelets.
The man likes his Zerglings. Um, Look at that kill death ratio though by Danny
Oh man.
and Lewis. Again, tanking. Typically, the Cav guy doesn't have as much kills, right?
Yeah.
Wow. If we look here, we can do villager count. Lots of rage there against Lewis's team. Again,
hmm
hitting Danny pretty hard throughout of it. Daro starting to take off. Like I said, we had Lewis also losing a few here and there, but yeah, right here, Russia just was not able to get its full boom off.
Yeah, it's interesting to note here that Danny, who had the more eco-focused Ottoman Open, had fewer vills running through the match, and it's one of those situations where it's really interesting. But on the flip side, Danny made really good calls with his unit comp, like you're saying, Blanton coming in with those Avis, and really doing a good job in cleaning up. So it was actually kind of inverted from what I was expecting in the game. Was seeing more of a mill focus out of Darrow and more of an eco focus out of Danny. It was kind of inverted.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking ahead, we look at the military unit population. Daro had quite the lead for a good part of the game, and you know, I think it was just the Strelets. Even though they had more population, they just were not able to mass into Cuirassier,
Mhm.
Obus, cannons, and then the living meat shield that is the Janissary, right? So
Yeah,
they had on paper they had the distinct advantages, but and also too look at that economy. I mean, they were just never able to boom. That's a team, of course. A lot of this is going to be France, right? Did a great
yeah,
job greeting, getting out in the map, getting all of his eco cards. And Daro, he had the TPs and stuff, but he was able to kill some vills. I mean, you can see Danny takes a while to, and never really takes off in the same way, but France was
yeah,
able to take off, and I think that's what France needed to do to field all that cavalry, because that cavalry just tanked any
yeah,
damage that they could do and just bulldozed right through. So, yeah.
yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
A brutal game and lots of back and forth across this map. Like there was action all over here and really well executed by both teams. And I think it does come down to that um, excellent unit comp choices by Luis and Danny there at the end. I think that's what got them the game.
I'd agree. So as we close out here, I think this is an amazing start to hopefully what will be, and from what I've heard, is an amazing series. Again, this is the semifinals. The winning team will go on to face the final players here, hopefully before the July pup drops, because that would just be confusing and miserable for everyone involved. If you've made it this far and you're enjoying this content, please make sure to like and subscribe. We really appreciate. We've gotten a lot of good feedback lately. I think we're hitting a good stride. A few of our other casters are starting to come back too. So hopefully my monotone voice will not be the only thing you all listen to. But I've been enjoying this series. We've had a really great tournament. And lastly, two things before I close up and stop wasting your guys' time. First off, the prize pool is above 250 now. It should be close to 275. So the winner of this game has a shot at $125. But especially for the viewers, please keep in mind we have a tournament of the game, which wins half of that money. So out of the 275, the winner team gets half, and then the team that has the best game that cannot be a winner and it cannot be an admin team. So Just for reference, any game that yours truly, Platypus, actually managed to squeak out does not count, for I'm not eligible to win any money. Same with spades. But anything which I get my ass rightfully kicked is eligible. So please, if you think this was an amazing video and could be a candidate, please let us know in the comments section because we are trying. The Discord will vote, the clan will vote, but we want as much input as we can. So with that final thought, thank you all for your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys in game 2 of this amazing series.